Hello and welcome to Kathy's Corner. My name is Kathy Holt. I am a partner and trainer with Stewardship Resources, LLC. I am also an authorized trainer with PowerChurch Plus accounting software. Today I would like to talk to you about budgets. When people give a donation to your church, they are in essence giving you a piece of their heart. So it is very important for the church to treat those donations, those pieces of hearts, with excellence and integrity. A carefully planned and a reasonable budget is a great tool to help you to make that goal a reality. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to plan and how to set up a budget in PowerChurch. On top of that, I'm going to be showing you how to add that budget to your income and expense report. So step number one is to plan a reasonable budget. And PowerChurch Plus has a great report that can help with that planning. It is called the Annual Budget Worksheet. And here is the path to get to this worksheet. Now, I like it because it shows the budget for the current year compared to the actual amount coded to these budget accounts as of the date this report was printed. And there is also a column to plan the budget for the next year. Now, let me give you a good tip here. You can save this report to an Excel worksheet. The Excel worksheet can then be passed around via email to your team for planning purposes. Now, I want to let you know that you can save any report anywhere in PowerChurch in multiple ways. So let me show you how. So the first thing, when you are looking at the report, you've got it up on the screen, you're going to click on that save icon. And then you are going to click on the down arrow and choose what format you want to save it to. And in this case, we're going to save it to an Excel spreadsheet, but you have other choices there. Okay, then you are going to rename the report. Now you want to make sure to add the dot and then a file type at the end. In this case, it's an Excel worksheet. So it's going to be .xlsx at the end, and that way it's going to open it that way. Then finally, you want to click on the change button and choose where it is that you want to save this report. And once you've done that, now you have the budget in an Excel worksheet that is so much easier to use for planning purposes. Okay, let's move on to step two. So the step number one is to plan the budget. Step number two is you've got to get that budget entered, right? But before you can enter the approved budget, you have to make sure that the chart of account numbers that will be holding budgets amounts are set up to be budgeted accounts. So here's the path on how you get to maintain chart of accounts. And once you get there, you're going to click on the locate button and you're going to find the income or the expense that you want to attach a budget to. And once you've got that income or expense up, then you're going to click on the budget tab there below. And that's going to take you to this screen. And then you want to click on that down box. Now the default here is no budget for this account. So to set it up as a budgeted account, you need to choose budget directly on this account. Now, even if you are going to budget to a group account, which you can, but I always suggest you always choose budget directly on this account and not use the budget by the group. That can get into issues going down the line years later. So just choose budget directly on this account consistently and you'll be fine going forward. Now you can enter the budget here, but there is a quicker way to do it. So I'm going to start by showing you that. You have three options for entering the budget. The first option is generally the easiest way, and it's the most popular way to enter the budget. You will have what looks like an Excel spreadsheet to enter your budget on. You do need to make sure the chart of accounts are set up to hold a budget before this option will work. That's why I showed you that as step number one. And this is just a different way of showing you the path on how you get to the screen I'm going to show you. So let me show you what this report or where you enter this budget looks like. See, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet. Now, once there, you simply enter the annual budget in the annual column, and then you click enter, and then the monthly amounts are automatically going to fill in. Now, when you've got them all put in, make sure you click OK at the bottom of the page. Otherwise, it cancels everything you just did, and you'll have to do it all over again. So make sure you click OK. Now you can also come back here to make changes later if or when they are needed. Another option for entering the budget is if your budget for next year is pretty much the same as this year, in just a couple of clicks, you can copy this year's budget to be the same as for next year's budget. So here's the path on how to get where you need to go. And the first thing you're going to do when you get here is you are going to choose the year that you are copying. And then you are going to choose the year that you are copying it to. And then when you click on Copy Budget, it's done. Now at this point, if you have a few budget changes that you need to make, for the next year, just go back to the first option and make those changes. Now we're going to talk about the third option for entering your budget, and this is the long way to enter the budget or change the budget. So what we're going to do is we are going to go back to where we did when we set up the chart of accounts as budgeted accounts. So that's in your maintain chart of accounts. Then, just like we did kind of before to set up the budgeted account, we're going to locate to find the income or expense item that we want to budget. Then we're going to go down here in the bottom right-hand corner and we're going to click on the Budget tab. And that's going to get us back to the screen. Now you want to make sure that you are setting this up for the correct year. So you're going to look at the year that's right here in this column and make sure it's the right year. If it's not the right year and you need to change it, all you have to do is click on the back and forward arrows right there, and then you can get and that's going to change the year that's showing up. Where 2026 is showing right now. You can change that backwards, forwards, however you need to do. Okay, then you're going to enter the annual budget in the annual budget box, and then you're going to click evenly to distribute it evenly, and it's automatically going to divide it all up between the months here. Okay, now the next step is you want to check your work. My favorite report for doing this is the yearly budget comparison report. And here's the path to get to that report. Now, I like to staple this report on top of the approved budget that I just used to enter the budget. And it's easy to compare the two and make sure that, yes, you got the budget put in properly the way it needed to be. I have just one more step to show you, and this is how to make sure that the budget will show on your income and expense statements. So the first thing you need to do is go to your income and expense statement, And there's the path to get to the screen. And I want you to notice here that you have a whole list of columns that you can add to your income and expense statement. But what I want you to notice for our purposes today is how many items there have to do with the budget. So you have lots of choices you could add just having to do with your budget. Now, what I want to show you, because sometimes you're like, okay, I've got all these choices, what should I choose? What I'm going to show you is just what the most popular columns are with the most of the clients I work with. And we'll just start there. Okay, so the most popular choices I have, column one is always going to be the current period. So it's whatever period you've chosen here at the top of the report. It's always column one. You can't make it column two or column three. Always going to be column one. But from there, you've got all kinds of choices. But the most common are column two is usually the year-to-date actual. Column three, they like to see the annual budget. Column four, a lot of times they choose to see what the annual budget difference is. Now that can be an amount or that can be a percentage. So that's the most common. Now from there, just play with it. Play with this to see what you like, but you've got lots of choices. The budget is a powerful tool, and a well-planned and a reasonable budget will help the finance team to steward the donations with excellence and integrity. Reports that show the budget against the actual income and expenses is a really good way to show the congregation how their donations are handled with careful planning and discipline, not haphazardly. A copy of the screens that I've shared with you today are in the resource section below. It has been a pleasure to share this information with you today. As always, if you have any questions or need help, please feel free to reach out to me at the phone number or the email listed below. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, God bless you and have a fantastic day.